A local college professor published in the Washington Post for his ideas on civil liberties during the pandemic is gaining attention. In a 25 News exclusive, reporter Aaron Heff sat down with Dr. Timothy Hemmis to understand your constitutional rights during this time.
The founders drew a line between peaceful protest and armed insurrection, the published title to the article Dr. Timothy Hemmis wrote for the Washington Post.
Does public safety come first, or does your First Amendment?
Hemmis, a professor from A&M Central Texas, explains being inspired to write by images of protesters carrying guns in groups across the nation.
There was other protests and more. We had them in Austin, we've had them in Michigan, we've had them all over the country.
Explaining the last notable occurrence mirroring such incidents was hundreds of years ago during the Whiskey Rebellion.
We're seeing that in these protests. People are upset, and some are rightfully so. They've lost their jobs. They're hurting.
Depicting the gray area now visible between the right for free speech and the right to bear arms.
Bringing the guns to a protest is in some ways mixing your First Amendment and your Second Amendment right.
Explaining legislation created during the pandemic mirrors other trying times in our nation's history.
What the response for the pandemic has been almost like we're going to war.
His bottom line:
COVID-19 pandemics and the protests are challenging our individual liberties and our Constitution in new ways, much like the Whiskey Rebellion did 226 years ago.
And that we might take a lesson from the pages of history. Aaron Heft, 25 News, Killeen.